All right, here we go. Welcome back. It's the 11th of April. It's a Saturday, and I don't have any Corona news for you, thank goodness. We're joined by Steph. Hi, Steph.
Hiya, how you doing?
Not bad, not bad. Let me just sort out my screen here. I've got a bit of a different setup here, so nothing looks quite right yet. Let's see. Hold on a sec. I'm going to turn down this music. There we go. And just fix this. I take it you can't see what's going on at the moment. Oh yeah, you can. You got a green screen, right? I mean, you got a shared screen. Green screen. So how you doing? What's happening? What you been up to?
Not bad. About the same as everyone else. I think just sitting inside, not doing very much, and eating far too much food.
Nice. Yep. Me too. You got Easter eggs ready for?
No, you know what? I completely forgot. I don't know why I didn't twig. I went to Tesco's on Wednesday, and for some bizarre reason, it did not twig to me that Easter was this weekend. So I should have probably gone and got something, because now I really want a cream egg.
We've been getting them sneaked around the flat over the last day, so nice little surprises. So have you seen where we're at the moment with it? Do you want to? Should we do a quick? Yeah.
Do a quick recap. So I caught the last 2 minutes. Yesterday.
Sure. I'm gonna switch to Zoom with sound. Share screen with sound. Here we go. Tell me. Right. This is just a piss take, right? Obviously. So we're going to change all this. But at the moment, so we've got a few locations. We've got the crew quarters. We've got a background noise there playing. We have a picture frame in the crew quarters, which you can examine. And you can smash it. And we can walk into the lift. Now we're in the lift with the lift music. So that was exit. So we've got 2 different types of audio there. We've got exit audio. So when you leave the location, we had footsteps. And when we entered the lift location, we had the doors closing behind us and the music coming in. So now we can press floor 2, which will give us a whir for the exit and a ding for the arrival. And now the doors are open, but we're still in the lift. So now we're going to exit the lift into the R&D department, which is spelled wrong.
Yeah.
Yep. So I'm just making crap up. So R&D department looking great. So that's all I've got at the moment. So yesterday I just got our first object working. So that's it at the moment. So what we can do now is we can add locations. We can add narrative for the first time you go into those locations. We can add descriptions. We can add background audio. We can add exits with exit audio and arrival audio. We can add objects with up to 5 verbs at the moment. Sorry, 6 actions or verbs. And with each verb or action, we can pretty much do anything we want. So we're going to sort of evolve what we can do as we go. I've got a little document here I'll show you. Let's have a look. Where is it? There we go. It's audio. So I've been starting to build up a list of things we want. Oh, I just remembered the other day that we want to save and load. So we've been working on locations, but for objects, we want to be able to turn a verb into an object that can be added to a location. So our verbs are going to change at some point soon, but the objects will remain. We're going to create objects that can trigger an exit. So you might do something that makes you go somewhere. We're going to create verbs that create another verb for that object. So we could create a verb for a TV that is turn it on, and it'll create a verb that's called turn it off. Right? So we can switch the states. Yeah.
So for instance, because I was actually thinking about this earlier. So normally in the kind of typical one, you'd have a set like number of things. So the list of interactions is essentially going to be dynamic. So whatever it is, it will come up with whatever. Like if it's TV, turn it on and off.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, we'll have to design it. But we'll take it one step at a time. If we need a TV, then we'll design how that will work.
I added one in. I'm sorry.
Have you? You've got a TV already.
I just thought it'd be a cool idea to kind of like you could play
Sweet.
tuning to futuristic news.
Oh no, that's awesome, fantastic, brilliant. We will try that out. This is exactly what we want. We want challenges in order to develop this out. Cool. So, what's this? Signal ID pressed is already connected to a given method on item pressed in that object. Oh, it's trying to do something twice. I'm just going to flag that as a problem in my document that we need to look at some point. What's that? That. I'll just call this errors, and we'll come back to that. Oops, errors, paste. Right, okay, you're going to share your screen, or do you want me to load up a document? How do you want to do it?
You load up the document, because my per Chromebook might actually kill itself if it loads more than 6 inches.
All right, okay. How's your PC building challenge going? Have you got all the bits?
We are waiting the PSU and the tower, so we've got everything else. So we've just got cardboard boxes essentially.
Sweet.
Heavy cardboard boxes at the moment.
So you need a PSU.
Oh, we've got one in order.
Right.
We got one, and then it was just going to be like just enough. So we got one that's going to be a little bit more wattage, and yeah, the tower we've had on order for about 2 weeks now. No, about 10 days actually.
Cool.
And it's still not arriving, but everything else is here.
Sweet. Let me just see. Where is this document? Sorry, what folder am I looking for?
It's in the same folder that Godot, the one that you're in at the moment.
This one?
I can't see it. Yeah. Yes, go to concepts.
Concepts.
Right.
Spreadsheets.
So the spreadsheet one's the most puzzle. And the object mapping one is me basically placing objects in rooms and saying what listing rooms are. So I can talk about either.
Okay, where do you want to start?
Let's do the 2020 concept visual rep. Let's do that one.
All right.
So this is me trying to map out where everything is in Excel, which is not ideal, but I love Excel.
No, that's all right. No, I like Excel as well. Right. Let me just. I just want to make a bit more real estate here. I'll just do an F11. There we go. Right. So, okay. Talk me through this.
This is just a kind of map, and I've kind of extended that in the other XL. This is the kind of map of what's on each floor that we would use the elevator to get to. So this floor will contain, like, for instance, quarters, the kind of crew quarters, of which you can only access one, and then I've put in this one-time sequence, but I think you've kind of covered that to kind of indicate the kind of walking and entering, an elevator kind of thing. That's covered. This is to describe what is in each room and what's in each floor, so there's a kind of visual representation to it.
Wow.
Where everything is.
This place is massive.
Yeah, I've kind of added like lots of little layers, and I built up enough of a kind of initial puzzle tree.
Cool.
With the next tab, you can see.
All right, nice. Okay, cool. Okay, so where do you want to start then? Explain to me what I'm seeing here. So Javis Quarters is on the 5th floor. Is that what we're saying?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
And then on the 4th floor, there are security and communications. And then on the 3rd floor, there is, go to the right.
Oh, I see. Right. Okay.
R&D labs, in which the test labs, analysis center, and clean room. So if you want to go to the clean room, you have to go through the analysis center. And then if you want to go to the test lab from the clean room, you need to go through the analysis section. So everything that's on a horizontal is accessed and only accessed through the horizontal, and everything is accessed through the vertical. So you couldn't jump from the clean room to the test lab.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. Is there any reason for that? Or just...
that's just to make sure that when we're programming this, we know what the exit entries are.
Cool. And how quickly will they get access to the whole lot?
Well, that is in the puzzle tree, isn't it?
Ooh, right, okay. All right, so let me just go down here. So example, all right, so you're just demonstrating it here, right? Okay.
Yeah,
cool. All right, no, I get that. That's perfect. Really nice. I'm gonna bold your flaws, and I'm gonna sticky it so it stays at the top when you scroll down. Right. Sweet. That's awesome. Okay, cool. What's a shielded balcony?
So that is essentially a normal balcony, but because we're on Europa, it's got to be protected from the atmosphere, so it's got a sort of glass dome over it, and that's its shielded balcony.
Sweet.
Make sure that
of course, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, brilliant. All right, let's look at the puzzle tree. Whoa.
Yep. So I've gone a bit crazy with the IDs just to make sure that we're all we know in what order things are coming in.
Okay.
So I've got chapters. So in terms of the story, everything's going to be delivered by a certain chapter. So we'll open up. It's going to be called chapter 1, but it's going to be called 0 here because computing, programming, and all that. So chapter 1, first puzzle in chapter 1, and the only puzzle in chapter 0 is to unlock Joe's father's final message. So the initial setup is wake up in your chambers, sounds all around you, there's a comet. That comet is flying into the base, and it's basically destroying parts of the base. And you wake up to this message, and part of the message is a sort of this repeating line saying something along the lines of, "Do you remember that time we took a walk out into whatever?" And then it prompts for this 4-digit pin.
Okay, cool. So and the pin is used for Javis Quarters.
Is it? The pin is used to unlock the message on that little personal kind of device.
Oh, right. Okay, gotcha. Action to interact with photograph. Discover date.
So every single line. So this is basically the skeleton of the story progression and the puzzle progression. So this is everything that you would need to interact with to complete the game in its most efficient format.
Okay.
So it won't contain any other objects. It won't contain any other reference. Everything will be built around what the puzzles are and what the story is on top of that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so everything else is just building the story and building the scene and so on.
Yep.
And adding a bit of whatever. Yep, cool. All right.
Exactly. And then everything, so you'll see there's puzzle ID dependency, inbound, outbound and stuff. So that determines if something, so an inbound puzzle ID means that you need to complete something before this can be checked off.
Okay.
And outbound puzzle dependency basically means that if you are completing this puzzle, it's going to therefore make you complete will be needed for XYZ.
Cool. That sounds good. I was thinking that we've got absolutely nothing to stop us going for like some form of role-playing game elements. So if we want to have fighting in it, if we want to have shooting in it, if we want to have something, some sort of statistical based, gaming, we could. So maybe this whole portion doesn't have that. It's just building up how you, and then we keep revealing layers of the game. I'd love to have some real time in it, something that represents the same time of day that you've got here. So where are we at the moment? Are we on what? Are we on Europa?
Yeah, we're on Europa. We're in Javis Quarters.
Right. Has it got breathable air?
The atmosphere, you need special equipment to be able to go outside. But
cool.
It is possible to go outside.
Will there be a window that we can look out of?
Yeah, the shielded balcony. It's glass.
Oh, of course. Yeah, brilliant. Okay, of course. Yeah. Brilliant. I'm loving it. Okay, I'm excited. If you can see me right now, I've got a big grin on my face. Right. Okay. This sounds amazing.
Once you've unlocked the pin, so the pin is basically the date in the photograph, which is 2077, because anticipating Cyberpunk 2077. So I put that. So that is the date.
That's so cool. Sorry. So what do we actually input the number into? Pin for what?
It would be like a personal device. So there we can. So I don't know. I'm hoping you can create this. It'd be like a phone, You can get messages to it. You can like access like emails, and you can do different things with your device.
Right. So I'll just.
Get a message or something.
Right. So I should put like something like that. Pin for personal device is the date. Yeah. Cool.
Perfect.
All right. I'll just put 27/7 just to be explicit. Okay. Nice.
And then once you've unlocked that, so once you've typed in 2077, that will then play the next part of the message, which will say something akin to, they're going to make it look like an accident. It's not. You need to find Myra. You need to find Myra. She can help you or something. You need to. The people of Earth need to know what's happening on Europa.
All right.
Something short. Clearly, there's like sounds going around, like crashing and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be given the context to that either by exploring your quarters before you actually find the 2077 date. So there'll be like little clips of photographs you can look at, and you'll get to know the character and what happened before you even get to the pinpoint where you enter in the pin. You know that your father has died in this crash on his way back to Earth.
Awesome. Okay, that sounds good.
And then once that happens, it then opens up chapter 1, which is much more substantial.
Mm-hmm.
And this will carry on for quite a portion of the game, although there's lots of different puzzles.
Mm-hmm.
The main objective is to find Myra. Myra is somewhere on Europa, but as you discover, she's actually, the eventual aim is that she's not actually in the main facility, she's somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know this at the time, so you go into your elevator, then I think if you go into your elevator, so you need to hack the door to get out, because you're like, I need to find out what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
You've been told to remain in your room, so you hack the door, you do a little thing to get out, and you can make up that. I just thought it would be like, if it was on a mobile phone, or if you're on PC, you could like have a target you need to hit or something like that in order to like hack.
Yeah, the only thing I'm worried about, actually, I'm not worried about it at all, but I'm trying to bear in mind that it would be nice to make it accessible for deaf and blind. So, but that's a yeah, it's a secondary objective. But I want to make sure that it's not completely impossible later on. So we'll.
Just like sounds or something, you have to like I don't know, get the things.
Oh yeah, that's cool. I like that. Yeah. Yeah, that's really awesome. That's a great idea because it's audio based. Okay, cool. Yeah, and I'll just put that as a little could be sound based. Nice. Okay. I might have to do a keypad as well. Notes. Gonna need a keypad. Cool. All right. That's okay. Sweet. All right. So, go on.
Get into the elevator. You're given an option to pick what floor. I don't know which part we're at. Yes, select the floor. We're 4. Select 4. So there's going to be X amount of floors. I have more. I think there's like 5 listed. It might vary depending on where I'm going to put things.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 5 floors. It doesn't matter what floor you pick. The same sequence will happen. So you'll pick a floor. Security will then meet you at that floor. You have a little bit of dialogue interaction, which you can trust them or not trust them. So you can say, like, I need to find Mary. I've just received this message from my dad.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't trust them, that has ramifications later on.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't trust them, there'll be kind of not ramifications, but more positive. So if you don't trust them, they won't try and sabotage you at a certain point later on.
Okay, nice. Well, I won't be able to do dialogue for a while, so that's a major milestone for me. But we can certainly work on all the puzzles that will get in the way beforehand. So.
And even if you can just be like, I don't know, if you can just be like up is trust, down is not trust, and you can modify that later to progress onto the next bit.
Yeah, sweet.
So then after that, I'm sorry, there's more dialogue. After that, security takes you to, I can't remember, is it a loading bay or something like that?
Is it down medical bay? Oh, is it on here or?
It is on there, yeah. It's just everything's in chronological order, so it will be row 5.
Row 5. Yeah. Answer to securities.
Yeah, and then they will, so after that, they will take you to loading bay, depot bay, rather. The depot bay, they'll take you there.
Depot bay.
And that'll be your kind of holding room. And then you'll have the opportunity to talk to 4 scientists.
Cool.
And you can talk to them about, haven't worked out what you can talk to them about, but 2 of the people you can ask about Myra and they will supply information. One of them's going to say she's in the clean rooms. One of them says, oh no, I think she's in the test lab.
Mm-hmm.
And then a friend comes over to you and she says, oh, are you okay? Like, and then you're basically broken up by the security thing. You can all go back to what you're doing now. Lockdown is ended. And you kind of separate from your friend, but she says, come find me in the medical bay. So then that opens up another area for you to get to. So now your objective is to go into to try and find Myra in the test labs,
mm-hmm.
And then to try and find her in the clean rooms. And you can basically, through a number of combinations of puzzles,
Mm-hmm.
the test lab, you get there, there's people locked in there because of what's happened, and they need to restart the generator. So then your objective is to restart the generator and try and enter the test lab.
Mm-hmm.
You do that. So to try and restart the generator, you have to then find items in the depot bay,
mm-hmm.
and you have some puzzles to try and start up the generator itself. But if you try and restart the generator without the tools,
mm-hmm.
it won't do anything. So you need to find the tools before you can do.
Cool.
The generator.
Very good. Classic puzzles. All right.
And once you have access to the test lab, the guys will come out and will say, you don't have access to being here. And you'll try and say, is Myra there? And they'll say no. And then they will all exit, and you'll hear footsteps.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can basically, a security card will have fallen out of one of their pockets or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And
nice.
you can then pick that up and then access it. And there'll be information in the test lab that might give you information as to where Myra actually is. So you then go to the clean rooms, whoever is a similar experience where you need to gain security clearance.
Mm-hmm.
Part of that is you need to have a medical disinfectant certificate. Panic in words. So you need to basically have a medical certificate to access it. And if you go into the comms sort of like authorization area, which is right next to security, they'll say, oh, we can't authorize this for you, but you'll be able to see a thing where you can forward someone's signature,
mm-hmm.
and go to your medical bay friend who will be like, oh, okay, I can do this for you because you know each other and she trusts you.
Nice.
You get clearance, you get there, she's not there. And that's basically as far as I've got in terms of actual puzzles and semi-storyline. But essentially, the essence is Myra's not in this facility, and you're going to have to leave this facility in order to find her because she's at a remote location.
Wow. Well, what can I say? That is pretty in-depth. A lot more in-depth than I thought. So, bloody hell, that's some challenge you've given me. But that's awesome. I absolutely love it. I've already got one thing that's just I'm going to have to do really quick before I forget, because you've introduced all sorts of puzzles that impact on how this should work, and one of them is whether or not whether or not an exit is visible yet. So I'm just going to put that on here. Export var visible equals true unless otherwise. So now an exit might not appear until we say they can. And also, I've no idea how we do like some sort of like it's not accessible. I did put a little bit of code actually in the game to say like what if you can't go there? I think it's where is it? Yeah, here we go. Line 144 here. Do we allow to proceed? So we've got to have some way of checking. Are they allowed to go in there or not? It is related to the exit. So perhaps exits need their own little scripts, things that happen when you go to that exit. So let me put that in the notes as well. Locations. I haven't actually got exits here because They were kind of a secondary thing. Exits crossed out. Bullets. Let's uncross that out. And then we need to script trigger on exit. Sometimes things will happen on arrival of a location through an exit. And I don't know why I'm writing this in brackets. Sometimes you can't go through the exit. And sometimes you need to use an action to activate the exit, and then I'll just put exits visible or not, and that's done. I've just done that now. Right, that was an easy one. Okay, cool. So should we start? Should we build up the? So so you've got objects as well.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let's have a look. Are you ready? Yeah. Let's have a look. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh wow. Okay. All right.
I've done it in a kind of pyramid. So max is going to be like the entire facility. The main facility is map 1. Map 2 might be Europa itself. Map 3 might be the remote facility. Map 4 might be like a shuttle back to Earth or something like that, depending on what we want to do.
Cool. Okay. Yeah.
That just generally means like the entire location you're at the moment.
I like the whole Skyrim thing, or what was the game you mentioned the other day? Mass Effect. We start them off in a nice little, and then just open the universe bit by bit for them.
Exactly.
That's cool. Have you seen the Outer Planets?
No, I've not.
I think that's what it's called. Outer Planets game. I think. Yeah. Oh, the Outer Worlds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
You might like that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, cool.
It's very RPG, and the first thing you do is you get a ship, then you can start flying around to different planets. We could do the same thing. We could have a ship.
Yeah.
So I'd like to have a ship. Can we have a ship, Steph?
Yeah, I want to have a ship too.
All right. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. All right. Cool. So okay. So.
I have not had the chance to do that. I literally made this about an hour ago.
That's all right. Right. I'm gonna turn on wrapping as well.
Yeah, just
format.
I don't know for objects itself. I haven't had a chance to do it for the rest.
There we go. Sweet. Excellent. Right. I see. So this all ties. Does this all tie back to?
Everything ties back to everything. To make it a little bit simpler, I've done everything's got an ID. So map. So M1 is just map 1. Like it doesn't really matter what. It doesn't mean anything in itself. It means something if everything's underneath it.
Yeah. Gotcha.
You've got maps, areas are underneath that. So in the facilities, you're gonna have Javis Quarters, you're gonna have research and development, you have depot bay, administration, security, medical bay. All of that is going to be accessible under that research facility map. Make sense?
Yep.
And then so you've got an area ID, and that area ID. Although I need to modify that formula a bit. That area ID needs to basically describe what area it is and what map it is under. So M.1, and it should be A.1 there, but I was copying a formula over, so that it actually always relates to objects. So it should be. So if you go into the formula. Row 2. Yeah, it should be A.
There.
Yeah.
A.
It should be A. Yeah.
Oh, that. All right.
Just copy it over. Yep. So that just describes. So that means that for research and development, that area.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
And
Okay.
then is this room? What's this?
Rooms. So this is R. Is this supposed to be R?
Yeah, it's R.
All right. No worries. I like it. You know, Ron Gilbert says in his blog that spreadsheets destroy creativity.
Yeah, they do not. They really don't.
He's just stuck in his ways, clearly.
Yeah,
don't want to slag off Ron Gilbert on this. Ron, if you're watching, sorry. But
your work, but Excel.
we're trying to build on it. Okay, R's, very good. So, all right, so we've got the study. Joe's private study with master notes, living area not afforded to most residents of Europe. It is rarely used, but on display are various artifacts from Joe's life. Shielded by a tempered metal glass hybrid. Hybrid?
I just made up shit.
Oh, see, right, okay, because it's like a cross between metal and glass.
Yeah, tempered just to make it like as shielded from the outside as possible.
Cool. This is Joe's favourite part of his quarters. It supports a view of the whole facility. You know what we've got to do when you go step out onto the balcony is we just play some beautiful music, even though there's nothing to be seen. It's all about the imagination, this, which I think is really cool. I'm already just using it. It actually, even though it's really crap sort of area that we've got, it already sort of triggers your imagination. And I wonder if we should just ditch artwork completely and let them see. The only thing about the artwork I quite like is that it can give you some idea of, you know, where the exits are, what the objects are in the room, maybe some visual clues as to what you might want to do.
I think that would be good, because otherwise it would maybe feel a little bit kind of.
Who knows?
We can try with that. And then objects. Yay! So this is everything that's going to be listed in each room. It's not extensive yet. I've just put in what I wrote in the other Word documents. You'll have in the study, you're going to have computer terminal. You're going to have a family photo, and that's the one that you need to solve the puzzle. You're going to have a college chart or something like that. That's scientific data, so you can just give a bit of context as to who Joe is and what he does. And then there's going to be like a poster that kind of you can then talk to and be like, oh, that's when I, was the poster child for, I called it X, no idea why that will get changed. I think of a better name.
Nice.
So yeah, there's all these different contexts.
Have you thought about his character yet?
Not yet. It's coming.
Because I mean, how he reacts to all this stuff that's going to be the character building, right? Or at least based on the character that you create. So I can't wait, honestly.
So yeah, these are the things. These are everything essentially you would need for the first puzzle to get the pin and play the rest of the message. So in the study, which is R1, I do need to change the top link to something else to reflect the actual new link it's called. Never mind. So you've got the study, the living room, and then the shielded balcony. The shielded balcony thing I quite like. I might just call it the balcony to feel it less weird. So the objects would be the points of interest, if that makes sense. So you can see the research facility as a whole. You can see a little bit of damage. So maybe you can feel like crackling of fire or something that's that far off. And you can look at Europa's horizon. Have a little bit of description about what that is. It's obviously an ice planet. Humanity has, basically begun mining and is doing some interventions, so it's maybe not as smooth as the surface is at the moment. It's cracked. It's got layers to it now. And then obviously you've got to have Jupiter, and maybe you could have, if it's obviously it has, because Europe is so far away, it won't have the intensity of sunlight, but they might have a synthetic sunlight, in which case you can permanently see the night sky. You can maybe see Saturn, you can maybe see Mars, and then roughly the Earth is over this direction or whatever. Or it could be like, I don't know, the shielded balcony has this device that tells you where everything is, you don't have to work it out. But you can basically, Jupiter is going to be there because it's so massive, you're right next to it.
Yeah.
You can feel the presence of it. So something that kind of
nice.
Some sort of musical motif
Yeah.
you could use to represent the kind of the mystical hiddenness of the planet or something.
Yep. Well, I'm building up a copyright-free list of music, but it's all Young Cuts hip hop at the moment, so don't think that'll be quite the music we want here. But definitely, when you turn on the TV, we can have some Young Cats playing. We'll have to ask Young Cats if he'd like to be featured, maybe on the radio or something. So Young Cats has been playing at the beginning of every video, so he's now part of this. Cool. Okay. And formula? Oh, is that the formula?
That's the formula that I'm going to use to I just put in some basic interactions and stuff. So
with the interactions, you can have as many as you like. So what I'd really like for it to be is totally flexible, so you can do some daft stuff, or at least stuff that reflects the character more, rather than just
stuff that kind of makes sense as well. Like you wouldn't open.
Yeah, you'll never do nonsensical stuff. You only put it in as a joke.
Yeah. Exactly, yeah.
So yeah.
Clean out the computer if you can't get it to work somewhere. Yeah.
Totally. And what I'd like is for you to be able to examine or look at, and then for it to introduce new things you could do. Yeah. So if you looked at something, it might add a new object. If you look at it, it might say there's a tiny crack. So then you might have like poke crack as the next option, and so on. So
you can get rid of these interactions. It was just more like a kind of basic checklist that you.
Oh well, I'll leave it. No, that's fantastic. Okay, so should we just build up should we build up Javis Quarters now, real quick?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So we've got the study, the living area, and the balcony. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, let's do it. All right, so at last I can get rid of the R&D room. And so many things that were doing my head in. Yeah. So let's have a look. Just close that and close this. Right. So I'm going to get rid of a few of these audio things as well. So, right. So there's still going to be an R&D department, right?
Yes, just not yet.
Not yet.
Focus on everything up till you type in the pin and just immediately after.
Okay, so the quarters is now called. Where's the elevator connected to? Let's have a look at the map. No, the areas.
Living area.
I'm on the wrong spreadsheet. I'm just going to use that. So it's connected to the living area, right? Oh, there's a corridor as well. Do you need the corridor?
No, because you solved it with footsteps.
Right, cool. Oh, brilliant. Kill that then. Just move that up. Ding.
I just didn't want it to feel like it was like a.
Yeah, I wanted to get totally. I wanted to get rid of all sort of just unnecessary locations.
Yeah, exactly.
So, for example, the exit could be drive to Costco's, and you'll hear the sound of the driving, and then park, and then the car door. So cool. Okay, right.
The only kind of transport you want to try and capture is if you are in a ship and you're maybe doing something with it, like controlling it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so do we call it living area?
I'll call it whatever you like. Yeah.
Okay. And so it's so simple, right? Have I showed you this yet? How we do it? So we've got all our objects down here. So if we want a new location, we just add it in here, line it up wherever we want. So I'm going to put it next to the living area. And then this is going to be called, what's it called? Living area study. Fantastic.
Study and balcony.
Cool. And balcony. Okay, so we'll add another location, drag it in. And this will be the balcony. Oops. Super. Right. So now when we create a location, we have a location name over here. So what's the written location that will be displayed on the screen for the balcony? Just balcony? Yeah.
Balcony view over Europa or something.
So then we've got the introduction text and introduction audio for the first time you do it. You step out into the balcony. This view never gets dull. And then background audio, We haven't got one yet, but we could add one in. We'll do audio later. Study. Study is study. Tell me about the study.
That's where Bill does a lot of his work. It's kind of his like research zone. It's sort of directly into like all of his lab data for in the building.
Okay, I've made this my perfect workspace. I love my up and down desk. Okay, cool. Right, so now we've got those locations. Now we add exits. So down here, we add an exit to balcony. And then we give the button text a name. So this will be the exit to the study. So we can say, go to study. All right, and then we can actually assign where that goes. So click it and we go, that takes you to the study. We can change this. So we've got exit _ study. We don't have to do that, but this is the way we're kind of making it so you can see what's going on. And then exit audio would be footsteps indoors. And we don't need any arrival audio, so that'll do. And then study has, sorry, that's a balcony. I've added that too, so I'll put that back there. So balcony has an exit. Balcony takes you into the... No, balcony, you exit from the balcony into the living area.
Living room, yeah.
Okay. So we can click target living area. Cool. Footsteps again. Maybe we should have some sort of door opening and closing, but...
Yeah, sliding like a kind of patio door or something.
Yeah. Back to the living area. Cool. All right. So study takes... so the balcony takes you back to the living area. The living area has exits into the study and the balcony.
The elevator.
Cool. So exit balcony. Oops. Balcony. Target the balcony. And button text. Go to the balcony. And exit audio footsteps. It's going to be a lot of footsteps. And what else do we need to add? It was the study. So wait a minute. Exit study is wrong. Go to study. That should be the living area, right? This should be exit to the study. Rename. Yeah, so living. You know what you can do? Actually, you don't even need that. We can actually go in and we can duplicate that and then just drag it down to study. Ding. Oops. Ding. There we go. Exit living area 2. Back to living area. Right. Okay. So I think that should just work, but it might not. We'll see. Nope, crashed. Background audio. It wants some background audio. I could turn this off, but then it would be a bit weird. Actually, it might be nice just not have background audio if we don't want it. So I'm going to do, let's see, location node dot background audio. So if background audio equals null, then we want to do anything else. Right. If it doesn't equal null, then we'll play. And that's exit audio. So that's background audio and exit audio. All right, cool. So that should just work without audio now. Oh, no. Background audio location. Background audio on base null instance. What's wrong with that? Sorry, we'll just put some background audio in. Wonder where are we at the moment? Let's have a look. Errors, profile, debugger. So we are location. We're in quarters. There is no quarters. That's the problem. So one of the things now is no. So the player has a default location, which is living area. Right. So that's fine. So why have we still got quarters? Somewhere I'm telling it start in the quarters. I'm not sure where. Let's have a look here. Quarters. There we go. Right, so we start off in the quarters. Not anymore. Now we start off in the living area. There we go. All right, that should be it. Shouldn't do that anymore because I've actually set the player's location, but I woke up. My mouth was dry. I think I left the heating on. Right. So now we can go to the study, go to the balcony, or into the lift. We're going to go to the study. Now we're in the study. I go back to the living area. Go to the balcony. Back to the living area. And into the lift. And back. And so on. So that works. I'd like to make this text dynamic so that we don't have to set up this button text all the time. Because we know the target location study, so maybe the button text should just be go to the study. But I like the option for it to be whatever we want it to be. These shouldn't be capitals. I'll just fix these. Go to the study. Living area is now a living area. And study is a study. Just fixing a couple of bits. There we go. I'll just play that again. I woke up. Living area. Go to study, go to balcony, into the lift, go to study, back to the capital L. Exit lift into crew quarters. So we want elevator is now the elevator in the living room. Living area. And exit current floor, living area. What floor is the living area? Let's have a look. It's the 5th floor, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay, we'll come back to that. I'll fix all these later. We don't need to worry about the R&D anymore. If we can still let the player go there for now, just because we're testing. But okay, cool. Right. What next? So yeah, we could do objects. I was going to start with some background audio, but objects works as well.
Yeah, no, audio's good. Let's do audio. Let's stick with that.
Okay, let's do some audio. There was an error there. I'm just seeing if it still comes in. Nope. Oh, it just could not find audio. It's fine. Okay, super. All right. So, what's the sound in our study? What objects are in our study? First of all, let's have a look.
We've got a computer terminal. We've got a photograph.
Okay, objects. Computer terminal. All right. Where's the TV? That's in the
living room.
The living area. So this is the living area.
Yep.
And this is the study.
Yeah. I will improve the spreadsheet to make it easier for you.
Yeah, you're going to use lookups.
Yep.
Sweet. Okay. So where we are now then is a TV. Good lord. Okay, so let's add a TV screen, projector style screen.
What's the living area? Are we doing a living area study?
We start in the living area.
Yeah, cool. Sorry, I thought we were on for the. Yep, go for the TV.
Yep. All right. The hardest one first. So again, same concept. So we add an object in. We're adding it into the living area. We call it object underscore, and then whatever we want to call it, TV. And over here is the button text for interacting with that. So what do we call it? Is it? Can you touch it?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, sure. So it's what do we call it? Television. What do they call it in this year? TV screen, projector still.
Yeah. It's only like 2090 or something like that.
All right, we've still got TVs. No one changed the names.
2087, I think it is.
Okay, what can we do with it?
Yeah. You can turn it on.
Turn it on. Okay, cool. So,
Two obvious ones now.
yeah, and watch.
Yeah, watch.
Okay, so I'm going to have turn it off and watch at the moment, right? And what we'll have is maybe, yeah, I don't know how we do that, because like what sort of audio would you have? But we'll work that out.
So the kind of audio I want to kind of introduce is just sort of scene setting essentially. So you might turn on the TV, and then if you're not, so watch would be a very much interactive process.
Okay.
You could turn on the TV, and then there'll be an instant sort of, I don't know if it's possible.
Yeah.
Turn on the TV, an instant audio would play, and you maybe have like, I don't know, depending on how long it is, on a loop. You'd have it in the news, and that gives you some context about
Perfect.
about where you are, and then it's on a loop for like 5 minutes or something.
Okay, so a big ass audio file. No, I like that. That's really cool. So yeah, so what we can do is we can switch whatever the background audio is to the TV, and then loop it, and then when they turn it off, we switch back to the normal background audio. So, all right, first challenge. Shall we do? Let's just do that now. Let's try and do it, because I think that's something I'd really like to do. So, what's our normal background audio for our living room? So I mean, at the moment, I've got this, which you can hear. You hear that noise? You know what that noise is?
Yeah.
Can you hear it?
Yeah, I can hear it. It sounds like
It's the Starship Enterprise. It is. That is the Starship Enterprise. I found a cool website. It is, where is it? Sound, the Ultimate Enterprise Background Noise Generator. So check this out. This is so cool. Listen to this. Can you hear that? I'm going to turn it up for our listeners, viewers. All right, so now we can go. I'm going to turn this one up. That's infra rumble. And we've got low rumble, high rumble, which is pretty much what we've got in this room at the moment. Flutter. Ooh, and then we've got high flutter. And we've got sci-fi. It's very old school Star Trek. And control room. I like that.
Yeah, that's what you can use that one for R&D.
And then you've got another control room. And interference. So, that's bloody awesome.
That's cool.
I've also got, just on the old audio side, I found, where is it? Hold on. Might have some good stuff we could use here. MP3s. Let's see. Background noises. There we go. I've got so many. I don't know which one to try.
Let's try. I mean, what is it? His living quarters.
I just got tons and tons of these.
Cool.
By Patrick Walker. They're all sorts of different audioscapes, atmospheres. But I mean, what do you have in a quarters? Do we just stick with what we've got?
Stick with what we've got, because that's kind of neutral.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we need the TV noise.
Yeah.
So we're going to try and make that work. So what we can do then is we're going to load up this repeating audio sample that we've got. I think it's called Quarters at the moment. We're going to rename that to living area. We want to be doing that wherever possible so we remember what things are. That should still work because it's dynamic, hopefully.
I woke up. My mouth was dry.
Yep, it still works.
I left the heating on.
So if I load up background living area into this, Audacity.
Oh, Audacity.
Good old Audacity. It's taking you back.
Yeah.
Show in file manager. So can you see if you can find like a news snippet or something? Doesn't matter if it's real or not. I mean, it doesn't matter what it is. It's just for a test. Have a little Google, see what you can find. See how long this is. This is about 10 seconds of audio. Cool. I'll loop this up to be as long as we need it to be. And I'll have a little look as well. We'll call it fake TV news. Oh, headline generator. Nice. Fake TV news MP3. Breaking background news. Truth about global warming. Oh, yes. Let's have a listen. It's an advert.
Hello, America. I'm Mark Levin. This is Life.
Sorry?
Yeah, I'm saying it's going to be fake news. Donald Trump seems appropriate.
Well, this is good. It's just fake global warming. I don't know if they.
Yeah, perfect.
Hopefully they don't talk about Earth. We'll just talk about like Europa. So I'll just rip this YouTube channel. YouTube.
Yeah.
Ripper. And paste. Give me the audio. Download. Oh god, this website's not good. Ouch. Your Norton has expired. Renew for 2020. It's hitting me with threats, viruses. And you're going to give me the file, download MP3. Yay! Right, and onto another spam page. Right. So I'm not going to get the whole thing in here.
Just cut it down to like, I don't know, a minute or something. 30 seconds maybe just to test it out.
Cool, yeah. A suitable place. 30 seconds in. Let's have a look, see what we've got. Oh, that's the whole thing.
There seems to be a lot of activity like around, but yeah.
You're the director of the Center for Study of Science at the Cato Institute. You are a research professor of environmental science.
He's still going. Right, let's just stop it there. It's like the longest intro ever. Let me just make sure we're on Fox News. Let's just make sure this person is exactly who he says he is. Let's first of all prove his authenticity. Right, okay, so we're going to copy that. And I'm not good at this. I need to get this lined up perfect. So there we go. Paste.
I'm good at this.
Paste. Paste. If I get a gap in there, it's gonna clip.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so I think I'll just fade him out there. Might be a bit weird, but yeah. Fade out. Okay, and then right. So he finishes with this.
Panel on climate change. Panel on
right, excellent. And is this clipping?
Doctor.
Bit. Yeah.
PA.
It's hardly noticeable. Right, cool. So I can now save that whole thing. Export. It's OGG. So this is not narration. It's backgrounds, living area, plus TV. Oh yeah. Your tracks will be mixed down and exported. Yes, please.
Yeah. Have you ever used Pro Tools?
Do I ever use it?
Or have you?
I think I've like looked at it once, but no, I've never really used it.
It's brilliant. I do this for my audio books. I love it. Going back to Audacity after was painful.
So good. You should just do all this audio.
Hello, America. I'm Mark Levin. This is Life, Liberty, and Levin.
That sounds good, though.
Welcome.
Nice to see you.
It's a great honor to see you, Pat.
We need some sort of dun, 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 as you turn it on as well, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so cool, done. So now we've got this secondary background audio. We're going to turn it on. So where is it? There it is. So we have to import that into the project. It's done it automatically. We have to make sure its loops turned on, which it is. These should all be on. Super. And now we have to make it so that when we click on the turn on the TV,
I woke up. My mouth
so
was
that's
dry.
the TV,
I
and turn
think I
it
left the
on,
heating on.
it does something. So at the moment it's like, it doesn't do anything. What the hell are you talking about? Because we've never created an object for the TV. So so this is what I've been working on at the moment. So that's it. That's object picture. So we're going to create a new script here. This will be object TV. I think. Yeah. Object TV. And our verb is turn on, was it?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So we're not going to play any audio. We're going to print any text out. What we're going to do is we're going to try and get a hook to the audio controller. So we've got it already. So audio controller dot, and then we can create. So this is where we start sort of building out what we do here. So I'm going to create a new function called change background audio, and then we can call it. So we want to say what file we want, and all it's going to do is just switch it straight away, right? No transition. So where do we play the background audio at the moment? I think it's in the location script. No, it's not. It's in the player script. Change location, cue narration, play location transition. So yeah, so in location transition, where's that? Location transition, so that's transition audio. Load audio, blah, blah, blah. Sound to load. Fade in, fade out. So it's going to be a bit like this, except it's not going to fade in or fade out. Where do I even fade that in? I'm confused here. Audio transition, right? This is it. Okay, so it's going to be like this. Where did I just create that new function? There it is. Right, so we're not going to fade in any audio here. But what we need to do is work out which one's playing. So if location background audio is playing, target audio equals this one. Else target audio is 2. So what we're doing is we're saying, because basically we've got two, it's like having two hi-fis. One plays one location, one plays the other. And when you move between locations, it switches which hi-fi is playing. So we're saying, like, whichever hi-fi we're using, target it. Then we're going to, I don't even know if we need to do this. We're going to audio stream, set loop true, set stream. We don't need to fade it out. Sorry, that's setting it to 0, so we don't need to do that. Does location audio have, I think it has like volume. Let's have a look at that game. Yeah, so background audio has volume. So it would be good if we used the same background audio for the location you're in. Do we get the location? I've got too many things open at the moment. It's confusing me.
So when you say the TV, you've got the loop of whatever the Fox News channel is saying. And then you've got the background, like the default background of the living area, or whatever it is called now. I'm just thinking, like, if we're importing like audio files of people speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Can you do something that's playing? Should you play the original kind of ambient soundtrack to whatever room you're in? Do you need to then replicate the ambient soundtrack and have 2 tracks and 1 audio file for every single time a player wants to speak?
Sorry, you're going in and out a little bit. What was the?
Sorry.
Say it again.
Yeah, I'm just wondering. So when you are doing the audio, so with what you've just done with the Fox News guy, you have cut and pasted a segment of it, and you set it to the ambient noise of the living area. Are you going to be doing the same thing every single time that the character maybe wants to talk? Right. Okay. Cool. Because I was going to say it would be better to just have ambient play and then
totally.
stuff goes on top of it. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it might actually make more sense for there to be some sort of object audio, so that objects can play their own audio. But we want flexibility to do whatever we want. So maybe we'll find a need that we need to have some sort of object audio. But at the moment, we've got background audio, we've got the player audio, we've got the narrator audio, the voice in your head. We've got transition audio of that's the footsteps, lift closing, and stuff like that. And then these 2 that play the background audio between the locations you move. But we can have as many as we like. So we can create players for everything. But what I'm thinking here is actually I would like to be able to have I'm killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Let's say, for example, there's a massive explosion and suddenly silence, or a totally different kind of soundscape. I want the ability to change the background audio. Maybe it's a different time of day, and I want to change the background audio. So I'm just looking at something that's going to be really usable later on. But yeah, we might have object audio. I don't know yet. We'll see. So I think that's it. The identifier target audio isn't declared. All right. Okay. Yeah. So target audio. Var target audio. Let's see what happens. Might not work. Nope. Turn on. So audio controller dot change background. Nope. Where is it? Change background audio. So audio controller. Change background audio, and then we got to pass in whatever this is going to be. So how do we get a link to it? We need a nice function for grabbing a transition, a narration, or background. But background audio is always going to be the same, right? So change background audio. Where is it again? There it is. So I want to create a link to the file, and I want to queue it. So I've created a script for that here. So change background audio. So this is my so if audio equals null, quit. Otherwise, sound equals. Right. Okay. So I know what the sound is. So sound is going to be the link to my file. It's not going to be transitions. It's going to be in backgrounds. And it's going to be audio, whatever the name of the file is. And I'm just going to put a little note, pass in background audio OGG file name. So it looks in audio backgrounds for the audio file. If it can't find it, it quits. If it can find it, starts loading it. It buffers it up, gets ready to play. I don't want this. I want target audio dot stream. Oops. Target audio dot stream equals stream. And then don't think we need that. I think that's it. Any errors? No. Play.
I woke up. My mouth was dry.
All right,
I think
didn't
I left
crash.
the heating
It's a
on.
good start. Here we go. Oh, crashed. Oh, we haven't passed it. Bloody file name. So the file name is bg-living area plus TV .ogg. Right, take 2.
I woke up. My mouth was dry. I think I left the heating on.
Turn on the TV.
Hello, America. I'm Mark Levin. This is Life, Liberty, and Levin.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Okay, now
See it.
I'm going to create a script to turn it off.
Patrick Michaels, doctor, expert on all things climate and environment as far as I'm concerned. A little bit of your background. The director of the Center for Study of Science at the Cato Institute. You hold an A, B, and S.
Now imagine that's playing, right? And then you look at the picture frame.
Biology, sciences,
It's a picture of me and my
ecology,
father.
University
We were
of
going for a
Chicago.
stroll.
Pretty good school. PhD in ecological
wanna have some sort of
climatology from the University of Wisconsin, Madison.
And what happens if we turn it on again?
1979. Hello, America. I'm Mark Levin. This is Hello, America. I'm Mark Levin. This is Hello, America. I'm Mark Levin. This is Life, Liberty, and Levin. Welcome.
Nice to see you.
It's a great honor to see you, Patrick Michael.
There we go. So what I was hoping for there is that if we turn on the TV screen,
Hello, America. I'm Mark Levin. This
And
is
then go to the
Life,
study,
Liberty,
should
and
fade
Levin. Welcome.
Nice to see you.
It's a great honor to see you, Patrick
doesn't.
Michael. Doctor.
oh, it's because there's no sound in the. So actually, it
Yeah,
will
it's
work.
Doesn't interrupt.
Hello,
Yeah,
America. I'm Mark
Yeah,
Levin.
so if I go into
This is
lift-
Life, Liberty,
I
and
entered the elevator.
Yes.
Right, and then back into the crew quarters, but it probably won't be playing anymore.
Let's see. No.
So what we'd need to do really is not only do we, when we change the audio, not only do we change the file that's playing, but we also update it so it's still playing when you go back in.
Potentially, but not always.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah. Like if that would be good. But then for some rooms you might want to, if you leave it a minute into the future, when you leave a room it just stops.
Yeah, well, so
But then you don't want to restart it then.
yeah, that's a tricky one. What I was gonna do, actually, I'll put a note on my targets. Let's see, locations. So I want to remember. Should be easy enough to do. Strike through. So remember where we were in a background audio file when we leave, so it plays from there, and we go.
Maybe
back.
if you can just caveat that with not when we go back, but after a certain time. So because you don't want to go back in like 20 minutes and it's still playing that loop. You know what I mean?
I don't know, because it's.
I don't know.
Because when you leave, right, wherever you left will be the bit that was playing last, right? So you probably won't notice. But the reason why I thought that would be good is because the lift music gets better and better. Like honestly, the lift music. Let me just.
I woke up.
Let's just enjoy the lift a
My
second
mouth
here,
was dry.
right?
I entered
Right,
the
here we
elevator.
go. There's something wrong with my lift music. What's wrong with my lift music?
Don't know. What have you done with it?
That's working. There it is. Oh, that's interesting. We've got a little lift bug there. Anyway, so it's got a next phase to the lift music. It's got a second instrument that comes in here. Right? It's got the flute in, right? So every time you come out, you never really get to hear the flute. The flute never really comes in. And this lift music's like 4 minutes long. So it's got like middle eights, and it grows and changes key, and so you want to be able to like go back in and it's playing some other bit. So I think it would work. We could like have some sort of expiry and go back, but then we're getting really complicated.
It would work probably most of it, but there'd be some where it just wouldn't work.
So there's one thing I need to just make sure I put in here.
Like if you walked out mid-conversation with someone.
What's that?
Like if you walked out when you you prompted conversation with someone, then you just left, and they were like, "I'm just gonna go."
Totally. No, but we're only doing background audio here.
Yeah. Okay.
But you could certainly do that. You could make a character background audio, so you go back, he's still waffling. So yeah, we can work the engine to do what we want to do. So, so what I want to make sure is that the volume. You notice there that the volume changed.
I woke up.
So when you turn on the TV,
my mouth was dry.
It's a lot louder.
I left the heating on.
Hello, America. I'm Mark Levin. This is Life.
It just boosts the audio, and that's because actually the audio for our living area is -6, and 0 is our sort of standard audio normal level. -6 is -6 decibels. It's almost roughly half the wave file. So what I want to do is I want to check where the player is. So check get player's location. This won't take long. So I've already got a function for this. Where is it? Player location.
If you can get object sound or object audio files, then surely that negates the problem, because you'd want to have the background at a fixed level regardless. But if you do 6 dBs on the file, then you might not be able to pick up the voice of the TV guy.
So I'm just trying to be consistent. So whatever the background audio is will always remain consistent, and at the moment we're overriding it. So I just want to. The only reason I put it in there.
Like if you have the object thing, then that means that you can have the background consistent, because you're only just overlaying with the object at any given moment. That
is true. That would be a lot better, definitely.
Yeah.
The only reason I actually use the audio in there is because I didn't want to have to load up Audacity every day I want to change the volume for something. We have got this. We've got an audio bus, which is so cool. So, for example, let's say we want the narrator always to sound like it's it's a voice in your head.
I woke up. My mouth was dry. I think I left the heating on.
Right, you can do that sort of thing, which is quite handy. I'll turn that off. But yeah, so we can create buses for we can create a bus for whatever we want. Create as many buses as we like, and we can add effects. So it's pretty handy. Right. So the player has a location called current location. And we have get location. That's what I want. So we want player $player. Yeah. Dot. Get location. So that is going to give me global to extract node, converts relative node to single node string. Ooh, I don't know if that's what I want. What is current location? It's a node path. Yep, I think that's what I want. So that gives me a node, and I'm gonna need something. I need something more powerful here, because all I want to do is I just want to get location dot. Where is it? Location dot background audio volume dB. So background audio volume dB. Oops, background spelled out. And I'm completely the wrong place. I need to be in the object. Verbs, blah, blah, blah. Nope. Audio controller. Right. Yeah. So I'm just going to print that. See what we get. See, when you're watching, I can't type.
Yeah.
That's the classic problem.
I woke up.
So now it should display down here.
I think I left
Press the button. Get location on null instance. $player doesn't even like $player. Okay.
Okay.
You know what? I'll do it later. Let me put it on my list. My list of things to do. So, ensure volume remains the same level of the location when changing audio with, and what's the name of the function? Stop that. So, and update volume before playing. Oops. Right, so that's change background audio in the audio controller. So it with audio controller dot change background audio, open close brackets. Cool. Right. So 1 object working. It's 20 past 10. We've got 10 minutes.
Okay.
What
We've
other
done one
objects are we going
object.
to add? That was the hardest object.
Yep. Family photo done.
We've got a family photo. Cool.
We have it anyway, don't we?
That's not the one with the coding, is it?
No, it's
No,
not.
that's in there. That's the family photo. Cool. So I'll just go. I'll just do a quick voiceover for it. Right. Here it comes. So I'll just making it up. It's a photograph taken when my mum was 8 months pregnant. And that was awful. Say that one more time. It's a picture of my mum. She was 8 months pregnant with me. That'll do. That was awful as well, but
That was
anyway,
awful, but it's worse.
even worse, I think. All right, okay. Export OGG, and so that's going to be a narration, and it's going to be family photo, and we write object at the beginning.
Yeah.
Family photo, and then we write the verb examine. Cool, right, okay. So, close that, go into our script, go into our scripts. So these are a lot easier. It's basically going to be this. And it's not going to be picture, it's going to be family photo. And the verb will be examine. And it's a picture of my mum. She was 8 months pregnant with me. And then that's going to be the name of the file. Object family photo. And we don't need that anymore. Okay, and then we can go into the game and create a object family photo. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Living area, object, family photo.
Can you add JPEG to these objects?
Yep. Yeah, I've got an object image here. So we could have objects for everything. Trouble is, when you start doing that, is
Storage space?
well, it's a lot of work, yeah. So but absolutely. I wanna support anything, and I want to support anything like that, and then have a way of not needing it if we don't want it.
I woke up. So my mouth was dry. I think I left the heating on. It's a picture of my mum. She was 8 months pregnant with me.
There we go.
I didn't both.
Hello, America. I'm Mark Levin. This
What was that?
Try doing the team screen and the family photo together.
Oh yeah. I mean, at the moment, so I think you know what? I'm going to add that to my list. The problem is that the volume is
going to be crazy different.
Yeah. So what we need is I need to go in here. So we need to actually, when narration plays, drop audio volume for background audio. Yeah, and then when it finishes,
raise it,
put it back up, something like that. That would be cool. Also, I want to freeze all the buttons so they can't do anything while narration's playing. I want to have the ability to skip it if you want, but we don't want them to be able to queue up like 10 times because at the moment you can just do crazy stuff. Like this, for example.
I woke up.
There we go.
My mouth was dry. I entered the elevator. Stepping into the R&D department, I could see
I'll just keep going.
using a photocopier. She was pouring herself a cup of coffee.
So we don't want to allow that. Although I quite like the idea of being able to rapidly move around.
So you don't want to slow it down, but you don't want it to be ridiculous as well.
Yeah, but I need to cut the audio. Cut.
Yeah.
Rather than allowing it to sort of queue up.
Linger.
Yeah. So, the next big step with this whole engine at the moment is control. Really locking it down so it can't do things when you don't want it to. So next one, we've got the picture.
Picture, and it was a magazine, I think, or was it?
It is XCOM magazine.
Yeah.
Right. Write me a sentence while I add the object.
Jesus, no, that's the sentence. Okay, right.
Okay, just make it up. It doesn't mean we'll change it anyway, but it's just so we can. So we've got something, and then we can replace the audio, but we've got it all. It's all in place.
Okay, I'm writing it.
Cool. I'm adding a new object to the living area, and this is XCOM magazine. XCOM magazine. Double M. XCOM magazine. Okay, and we're gonna XCOM magazine. Magazine on table. On coffee table. And the verb will be flick through it or just examine. Let's go for examine. Okay. We need to add an object verb. Func.
Right, I have just added that. You should be able to see it in the big old thingy thing.
Cool. All right, so I'm going to add a standard examine verb and expected indented pattern block after match. Oh yeah. Didn't. Happy? Nope, need to go back one. Okay. Cool. All right. Okay. Oh, you're giving me some audio. Here we go then. Let's see if I can pull off some really amazing voice acting.
Over it.
Right. It's in the Zoom chat, is it?
No, I put it in Google Drive. It's under.
Okay. Oh, right. Wow. Okay. Oh my God, you're really testing my ability to act here.
Sorry.
Okay, here we go. When I was a kid, I wanted to visit Earth, but after the death of my father, I wasn't interested in. Take two. Okay. When I was a kid, I wanted to visit Earth, but after the death of my father, I wasn't interested in going home. Home was Europa. My path was to continue my parents' journey in the field of science. How's that?
That's fine.
But after the death...
Yep.
I'll do. But what's that got to do with the magazine?
That's the words in the magazine. So he's reading his own article.
It's left open.
Yeah.
Right, that's not clear. So I'll need to change the verb to like read article or something.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so I'll just trim that. File, export, save as OGG, and that will be object. XCOM magazine. Examine. It's actually pretty good. Like we can build up an audio adventure so quick now.
I know.
Like this. And we can get the voice actors all lined up, and then just say, right, here's all the sentences, and then we just go chop, 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 chop. So now I can copy your text as well, which is handy. Just paste it in here. And object family photo examine. No, what did I call it?
Oh,
there it is.
Read.
There it is. It's right here. Just have to rename, copy, paste. Oops. Here we go. Right. Okay. And now I'm going to change the verb for that object so that it says read article.
Yeah.
All right. Let's try it out.
I woke up. My mouth was dry.
I've got to
I
get
think
rid
I
of
left
this.
the heating on.
Yeah.
Right. Magazine on coffee table. Read article.
Yeah.
Nope. Doesn't like it. Why doesn't it
No,
like it?
you didn't upload it. You didn't upload it, did you?
Yeah. So I don't need to upload. Oh no, wait. You know what I've done? Ah, idiot. Hold on. I've overwritten the wrong one, so just undo that. Paste it in here. There we go. And play again.
I woke up. My mouth was dry. I think I left the heating on.
Nope, still doesn't like it. Interesting. No errors. Object XCOM magazine. Object family photo. Object XCOM magazine. Can anyone spot the problem? Verb examine. Ah, that's because the verb's not examine anymore.
Right.
It's a read article. Doesn't matter if it's got capital letters in, but I did say we shouldn't.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you shouldn't need to reload because it's Godot's dynamic, so it should automatically pick up. They've made the change, so we don't even need to start the game again.
When I was a kid, I wanted to visit Earth, but after the death of my father, I wasn't interested in going home. Home was Europa. My path was to continue my parents' journey in the field of science.
I think if it was a comedy, then my voice might go down well. I think we definitely need a voice actor.
It's a picture of my mom.
Yeah.
She was 8 months pregnant with me. When I was a kid, I wanted to visit Earth. It's a picture of my mom. She was 8 months pregnant
That's
with
cool
me.
that it splits
When I
between.
was a kid, it's a picture of my. When I was a kid, it's a picture of my mom. She was 8 months pregnant with me.
Turn on the
Hello,
TV.
America. I'm Mark Levin. This is Life, Liberty,
This
and
does annoy me.
Levin.
I need to get that volume thing fixed. Right, next one.
Yeah.
We got. Oh no, we're out of time. We are out.
We're out of time, and we did all the objects in that room, so I
Did
think
we?
we're good. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Excellent.
Only did 3.
Yeah. Let's just double check. Yep, we did them all. That's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Good job. Well, I have to say I am bowled away, bowled over by the content. It's really cool. So, I suppose there's kind of 3 layers to this, right? It's the design of the environment, then the design of all the objects and puzzles and how they interact, and then the design of the dialogues and the scripts. So we're going to need to line up some voice actors.
Yes.
And do some voice acting live streaming. So that's on the agenda. Maybe we should. What I'd really like to do is reach out to the audience and try and get some good voice actors. But it's probably all going to be coders, and no one's going to have a good voice. Maybe they will. I don't know. But if anyone wants to have a go, then they're more than welcome to audition. Do you want to handle all that side of things, or I think you should really? I think you should be there.
Yeah, I'm happy to. I've done it before, so yeah, I'm happy to. Yeah.
Plus, you're an expert in what was the software called again?
Pro Tools. I need to get it. I'll get one of my
buy a copy. Yep.
Yeah, buy. Definitely buy it.
Cool. Well, thank you very much, Steph. That was awesome. And I will, in tomorrow's episode, I'll just be focusing more on nailing a lot of these technical issues. So if
do you want me, I can be working on the kind of narration dialogue and the kind of the dialogue when, you're interacting with an object or something.
Yeah, I think that's the first step. Yeah.
Yeah. I think what we need to do is we need to nail everything up until he puts in that code, that little 2077 code, so we can have something that's really quite well gelled together.
Yeah, cool.
And then we'll get used to adding things by that stage anyway. So
yeah, totally. Yeah. I think I'm not going to go dark just yet. I'm going to fix this problem when you're gone, the audio volume, just because it's going to annoy me and I won't be able to go to sleep. So it'll probably take me 5 minutes of intense concentration, but I'll work it out. So anyway, thank you very much, Steph, for joining, and I can't wait to see what you come up with next.
Oh, thank you. Having a lot of fun here.
All right, good, cool. All right,
cool.
Nice one, Steph. I'll catch up with you soon.
Cool.
Have a nice night.
Soon.
All right,
bye.
Bye. Bye. Awesome. So, she's very talented, creating puzzles, the scripts, all that sort of thing. So well planned out. Very impressive. Sorry about the audio there. Not sure the audio levels are quite right. I think Steph might have been a bit too loud, and I might have been a bit too quiet. I think we might have started off with Steph being a bit too quiet and me being a bit too loud. It's all part of the learning process, so getting there. So we're going to change this function for change background audio. I want to start building up this list of functions that you can access. So I might start a list of useful commands here, just so we don't forget. So we'll do, first of all, audio, change background audio, and then we put in the file name, .ogg. Yeah. And then we've got Q narration. And this is text to show on the screen. And then file name, .ogg. File must be in the background folder. And in this case, file must be in the narration folder. Handy. Getting there. Right, so we're going to update this function here. So we need to get a link to our get player's location and update the volume before playing. Right, so I think the simplest way would be the same way we get a lot of things. Look at this. That's all we need. Is that going to work? Let's try it. I think for some reason I tried this earlier and it didn't work, but not sure why. Let's hit play.
I woke up.
Turn on the
My mouth
TV.
was dry. I think I left the heating on.
Nope. Get location. Okay, I know what it is. So game is at the top of our tree here. So it has access to all these $player, $balcony, and so on. But if I'm in audio controller, player isn't a child, so I don't have access to it. So I need to do this get tree, get current scene. And I'll get game, yeah? And then I get, so I just use that. All this stuff will get easier. So I should just be able to put the background audio in volume in here, which is background audio volume dB. And let's just print that. It should be -6. I'm going to turn on the TV. Should print out -6 down here.
I think I left the heating on.
Nope. Get location on base audio stream. Still not working. Player.get location. Oh, of course, because I'm still doing this player. Man, right. Okay, so I get node is going to be player, right? Don't need that bracket. Yeah, please. That should be it.
I woke up. My mouth was dry. I think I left the heating on.
And then, yeah, I think that worked. It's just I got the title wrong for volume background audio. So let's look at our location. Just look at our location. Background audio volume dB. Looks all right. Back into here. Nope. Go back into audio controller. Background audio volume dB. Nope. Oh no, wait. Why am I doing get location? I don't need that anymore. Oh, of course, because it's the player's location. Okay, but then let's look at the players group. Man, I need to fix this. This is messy as fuck. Because that whole thing is going to get me back, return me a node, right? So I'm actually having to do this. Oh my god, it's so bad. It's so bad. Oh jeez. So I'm getting the tree, all this, which gets me the current scene, which is game, which I can find the node player inside, and then I call get location, which turns me a string, which is the node I want, which I then call get node. Oh no, that's not going to work either, because it's just going to look at this. It's going to look for the same thing.
My mouth was dry. I think I left the heating on.
I'm going to be back where I started. A better way of doing this. Okay. I mean, that probably works, right? Maybe this is a two-step thing, right? We don't do that first. Do that, right? That should print out the living area.
I woke up. My mouth was dry.
Oh, America,
Yeah,
I'm
living area.
heating on.
Yeah. So we've got the living area. So we can say location equals, and then we get node. No, we've got to do this again, right? This is why I don't think this is a great way of doing it. Really, I prefer it if our get location did this. We just there was a reason why we didn't do it. What we need is a get location name and a get location object. So I'm gonna do that. Let's do that. So get location. So we want get location object. Right? So this is going to do basically what we're just doing here. So we don't have to do it over and over every time. Okay. So location, we'll call this, get the current location. So we can just use, we can just go get location here. Yeah. And then get tree, get node. And so that just returns. I think that should do the job. Now we should get, if we use that and the print, that should give us a location object ID. Oops, get location object. That is, still need to do this for player. Again, there's another thing we can do here. So we don't have to do this every time. We can do an on ready var player equals Oops. Are we running? Yes, we're running. Stop that. So that should load the player when the script runs. So we've got player accessible. Whenever we want that player, we got him. So now here it's just player.getLocation object. And that should print out
I woke up.
object ID.
My mouth was dry. I think
Oh,
I left the
America,
heating
I'm
on.
Nice.
Levin, this-
Node. And if we've got an object ID, that means we can just call whatever function we want, which is the background audio volume. So let's go back into our object. Nope, a location. Copy that back into our audio controller, background volume. Now we should see -6.
I woke up. My mouth was dry.
Oh,
I think
America,
I left.
Yep, okay. And now we can just set the audio to that. Every little step though, like this, is we're refining the model. Play audio. Sweet. Okay.
I woke up. My mouth was dry.
Now it should be the same
I
volume
left the
now.
heating on.
TV screen, turn on.
Oh, America, I'm Mark Levin. This is
Nice.
Life, Liberty,
Perfect.
and Levin.
You don't even notice it.
Welcome.
Nice to see you.
It's a great honor to see you, Patrick Michael.
Now we want to be able to turn the audio off. So we've got to do a couple of things here. So when we play this audio, so it's actually not, it's not this script. It's an object verbs. So when we change the background audio, no, actually it is that script. When we change a background audio for a given location, we've actually got to change the location's background audio so it stays like that, right? Makes sense. That's the new audio for that. It will change until you turn it. You change it until otherwise selected. So okay, and we want to update objects audio permanently. Now maybe this is an option. Maybe we should say permanent equals true. Is that spelled right? Permanent. Yep. Okay, so when we change the background audio, now we've got the choice of whether or not that's permanent or not. So we don't have to put it in though, because we set it by default. Change background audio, comma, permanent flag. Permanent flag. Bool will update the location audio file. Hope we can do this. So sure it'd be fairly easy. I hope. So okay, so now we're only doing this if permanent equals true. Now we need a link to the object again, which we've got right here. And then we want to set the background audio, which is, give me a location, any location, living area. Background underscore audio. Equals. And then do we need to link it to the file? Or do we link it to the stream? I think we link it to the stream. Let's try So now it should still be
woke up.
playing.
My
Or
mouth
start
was dry.
again when we move.
Okay,
So
I left the heating on.
Hello, America. I'm Mark Levin. This is
Join the
Life.
lift.
I entered the elevator.
Back into the crew quarters.
This is Life, Liberty, and
Yep.
Levin.
Beautiful. Okay. And now we want to save. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We want to save where that audio was played. What part was playing. Can I do that in 10 minutes? Probably not. Let's just see. Audio. Properties of audio stream. Player. Seek. To position. Play from position. We need a current position. Don't know if you can hear that. Bit of shouting in the background there. So we'll turn the audio subject down. Godot, get position of audio. Get current seek audio. Huh. There you go. I don't know why I didn't see that. There it is. Christ, it's looking me right in the face. Okay, so that's what we want when we stop. So we only want to store that when we leave a location. So, so our location object needs to have a current audio position 0. And then we could have a var always, or like we say export, always restart background audio equals false by default. Can I do that? Oops, it's lowercase. Yeah, I know we're saying it's false, but I like that. Right. Okay. So what we're saying there is, should I restart it? So we've got a little flag that's going to check. So we can copy these two. Now, when do we stop? We stop when we do a play location transition. And we're going to do a play location transition when we cue narration. No. There we go. When we do an audio transition. So when we set the volume to dB to 80, so this is, it's fade out. That's where we want to do it. On tween completed. Object stop. Right. Okay. So here, we're going to update the current audio position. If always restart background audio equals false. Right? So we now have a list. We've got a link to our player. So it's that again. So let's scroll up a bit more. So there shouldn't be an underscore there. Location. Did I put an underscore? I did. I did indeed. So if the player location has always restart backgrounds audio set to false, then we're going to save the current audio position. So that's object. So object dot and then get playback position. Isn't declared in current scope. Oh, what on earth was that noise? Oh, wow. You're my first subscriber, tchock16, at least live. Thank you very much for subscribing, man. That's awesome. So the identified current audio position isn't declared in the current scope. I'm pretty sure it should be. Maybe Godot just doesn't know it is. Because object stop is part of the audio stream player, right? Stop method. Get playback position. Float. Turns the position. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. I'm doing it wrong, I think.
I don't know that one.
Good old Alexa. She likes being on the stream. So, I've completely forgotten where I am. That's because I'm in the wrong file. There we go. Right. All right. I'm just going to look at an example of this. I got to cheat. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that would be exactly the same as .stop, right? Audio stream player .stop, audio stream player .get playback position. We're going to do this as well. Play the audio from a given position. Next. Oh, that's just play. Right. Cool. All right. Excellent. So we can always pass in the current audio position into the play object. And it should just work. So why is that not working? On tween completed, stop the music. Stop the audio. Tween audio. Should be the stream player, right? We're tweening in. The object is a stream player. Stream player is passed in on the fade in. Fade in is fade in audio. Fade in audio is a link to my audio player. Maybe it'll just work. I'm going to try it. Let's just hit play. See if it works. Nope. Oh, you idiot. Its current audio position is not set. I need a link to the object. Okay. All right. Yeah, I need to tell location. So I actually need to link to the player object, which is here. And scroll down and get a better link. This here. Oh, thank goodness for that. I thought I was going crazy. Right. There we go. Work. Boom. Oops. Yep. Stop. And save again. Right. So now it'll remember where the current position was for the audio. So now I've got to play that back when we do a transition. So when we fade in, so essentially when we hit play, the play is here. So that should be it. Oh my God. Let's try it out.
I woke up.
So now
My mouth was dry.
we are going to turn on the TV.
Hello, America. I'm Mark Levin. This is Life, Liberty, and Levin.
We're going to go to the
entered
lift.
The elevator.
Go back, and it should still be playing from where it left off.
This is Life, Liberty, and Levin.
No!
Welcome.
No, it didn't work. Okay, so we're going to do two things here. We're going to print here to say continuing playback from this. And then when we save it, we're going to say print saving time code and that. Okay.
I woke up. My mouth
Continue
was dry.
playback from 0.
I think I left
Super.
the heating on.
Hello, America. I'm Mark Levin. This is Life.
Okay, now we go to the
Liberty,
study.
and Levin. Welcome.
Now go to the left.
See you. It's a
I entered the elevator.
Cool. Now go back to the crew quarters. So it saved the time code at 9.595
This is Life,
and then
Liberty,
forgot it. Oh. It's the target location. It's not the current location. So at the time it starts this transition, we need the player's target position. Oh my God. So if I put in here, what location? Just get location. I'll give me the name. Yeah. And then when we print it out over here. All right, now we know what location it's looking at.
I woke up. My mouth was dry.
So we're in the living
I
area.
think I left the heating on.
Continue playback from 0. Saving our current time code. Go to turn on the TV.
Hello, America. I'm Mark Levin. This is Life,
So it's
Liberty,
playing.
and Levin.
Go to the lift.
I entered the elevator.
Elevator living area. Right, of course. So it's saved the time code because at the moment we walk in, so what's happening is we're walking in to the elevator. It saves the time code when the volume reaches 0 on our exit audio. So we're now in the lift. So it's basically the lift audio that's saved at 7, which is great for the lift audio. Maybe it'll work. Let's try it.
This is Life, Liberty, and Levin.
Sounds like it might have worked for the lift. Yeah, elevate continuing playback from 7 minutes 43. Maybe we need to store the last location of the player. I need to be really sure about it. It's like, I don't want some vague solution here. So player has current location. Okay, so we're gonna have a var node path var previous location, and then when we change location, oh, doesn't like that. No. Oops. Yep. Nope, doesn't like that. My syntax, I'm still getting used to this. I just want to declare without exposing it as public, without exporting it. Yeah. No. Maybe I don't even need to set it. I'll just put node path there. So, okay, so anyway, so we're going to save. So we're going to update previous location to be the current location before updating current location to the new location, right? Easy peasy. So now, maybe the new. This needs to be get current location object. What's the best way to do this? Okay. Is there a way of mass replacing text in all my scripts? Godot search replace. Here's a tutorial from GD Quest.
Do you want to learn to draw professional and impressive artwork from scratch that will blow people's minds?
Yeah.
Hello there. In Godot latest release 2.0 to search, and we could find, so it could like in all occurrences that does and match case options.
Pig dev, right? Yeah, pig dev.
Into this line, I can.
Nice one, pig dev. Thanks, dude. Right. So, search. There it is. Find in files. So we want to replace find get location, open bracket, folder. Yeah. I don't care about shaders. Find. Get location. Has it found that? I'm rewriting that. Oh, I see. Right. Yep. Super. So back into my search. Place. Oops. Oh man. Oh right. Okay. So get location. Open bracket becomes get location node. Replace all. Is this the only place we do it? Is it not doing the whole project? Don't want to see any get locations here. Okay, search, find in files, get location, open bracket, everywhere. Replace with maybe I do need to watch a tutorial on it. Why is that so complicated? I mean,
Uncheck this and check just this first one. And Godot will only
right, okay. I see. So it's found all these in different files. So I'll put that in there. Open bracket, yeah. Replace all. Did it work? So let's have a look at audio controller. Get current. Oops. Nice. Okay, and then we've got to do this one as well. So that's get location object. So replace, oops, search, find in files, get location object, open bracket, find, tick them all, replace, where's my replace button? Oh, I just hit replace, right? So I need to go do it again. Find in files, get location, object, open bracket, replace, and then get location object, replace all. All right, there we go. Okay, so that should work. I should probably test it first. I need to make sure I stub this. Don't know if I've broken it anywhere.
I woke up. My mouth was dry. I think I had left the heating on.
Hello, America. I'm Mark Levin. This
I
is Life
entered the elevator.
This is Life, Liberty, and Levin. Well, hello, America. I'm Mark Levin. This is Life, Liberty, and Levin. Hello, America.
Something going wrong at the moment. I've definitely got some sort of weird bug occurring if I change scenes too quickly. It's like the tween isn't finishing properly. Anyway, I'll come back to that. So now, when the tween out finishes, I'm not getting current location anymore. I'm getting the previous location. So I need 2 more functions here just in case. Get previous location node. And get previous location object. And this will get previous location. And this one just gets location from get previous location node. Happy days. So this returns object for returns node for player location. So does that. This one returns the previous. And this one returns the current. So in case the file, the method names weren't obvious enough. Right, okay. So now we're going to use get previous location object in our audio controller. So tween out finishes. And this should all be get previous because we should be in the new location by now. If we're not, something's seriously wrong. So should be it. Here we go.
I woke up. My mouth was dry. I think I left the heating on.
Okay, turn on the TV screen.
Hello, America. I'm Mark Levin. This is Life, Liberty, and Levin.
I entered the elevator.
Interesting. I've definitely got something wrong with my notes there. Oh, no, that's what I did before. So, cool. All right. Now, we shouldn't hear Mark Levin again. Should just carry on.
Doctor, expert on all things climate and
The TV has been playing.
A little bit of your background. The director of the Center for Study of Science.
Back in here. TV's still playing.
In biology, sciences, and plant ecology from University of Chicago. Pretty good school. PhD in ecological climatology from the University
Right,
of
now we
Wisconsin,
just need to turn off Fox TV.
1979.
So, that's pretty good. Oh, wow, the lift. Of course, the lift works now as well. What's wrong with my playing here? Get previous location object. Ah, that's why. That should just be get previous location. So now,
My mouth was dry. I entered the elevator.
Get previous location player node door. That's the one.
I woke up. My mouth was dry.
So it's playing back from 0. Turn on the TV.
Hello, America. I'm Mark Levin. This is Life, Liberty, and Levin.
I
Enter the lift.
entered the elevator.
So now it's faded out in the living area. Save the time code at 7. Now we go back into the living area. TV continues from 7.
Doctor.
Beautiful. It saved the elevator time at 12 seconds. Now, when we go back into the lift, we should get the flute playing. Yeah. Now we have almost a sense of time. What would really be good is if we had some kind of offset against real time. So it literally is playing as we go off. Trouble is then, if we've got like objects that we're just looping, we could end up back at the beginning again. So I think this is a good sort of game solution. Sometimes it's not the best idea to come up with something perfect. Well, that is awesome. We're going to cut. Remember where we were in backward order. So okay, yes, done. Ensure volume remains at the same level. Done. And when narration plays, drop out. No, I haven't done that. Rename audio transition function. I wonder what I meant to rename that to. I have to say, I'm not liking what I've done here. It's a bit messy. I feel like audio transition should be down here next to the fade-in functions, and play location transition. I know what it is. It's not an audio transition. It's an audio fade-in, fade-out, right? That's confusing. So this function plays the arrival, the exit, and arrival audio between two locations. No, it doesn't. It just plays one. Plays the exit or arrival audio for a location. It returns the time code for the length of the audio, so it can queue the next file, i.e. exit, then arrive. Super. So yeah, so I want to change the name of that. Because it is a transition, but we've got confusing things. So it's background audio transition. So I'm going to change that everywhere using our newfound find in files. So change audio transition, replace. It's only in 2 places. Change it to background audio. Oops. Transition. Place. Oh, cool. Done and done. Let's just check it still works.
I woke up. My mouth was dry. I think I had left the heating on.
We enter the
I
left.
entered the elevator.
Exit that. Turn on the TV screen.
Hello, America. I'm Mark Levin.
Enter the left. Back into the.
It's a great honor to see you, Patrick Michael, doctor, expert on all things climate and environment.
Cool.
As far as
So
I'm
next thing is,
concerned. A little bit of your
we have to
background.
change the verb.
The director of the Center
And
for
we ain't doing that because that's starting to get complicated. And at the moment, we have verbs built into our objects, which is not cool. So what we need to now do is add actions to all these files, which means we could actually create scripts for every single one. But I like the thought of having everything in our object verb file, so you can just scroll through it, find the object you need. Maybe it's actually easier to have it in one place, but I imagine there's going to be lots of scrolling up and down and replacing things. That said, we won't need to do this anymore. It'll literally be, you could literally call it on the object. Yeah, this might change. Anyway, I think we might look at that tomorrow. It's a big change. In the meantime, you know what comes next? It's time to commit to our repository. Let's look at all the things. So, major updates with Steph. So we've updated locations and exits. Added new audio. Hopefully we haven't got any redundant stuff yet left. We've added previous location and new methods for getting by player object. Because it's the player whose position we want. I think that's right. What else have we done? We've created a new command in our audio controller. Play look. Nope, that's not the one. Change background audio. Added new background audio function method. We now set background audio volume based on location and changing. You know what? That's piddly stuff. I don't think we need to talk about that. We do have this stuff, but that just goes without saying. We can work that out when we use it. Cool, I'll do. Commit. I can't stress how important it is if you're writing games to use something like this. It will save you so much time. Let me just show you why, in case you've never used something like this before. So every time you make a major change, commit your code to the repository, have a look at your history, and now you can go back and you can see what it is that you changed to break it. You know, I could see all my changes previously. So if I broke something, I can go back to those files, I can see what they were, I can right click and I can revert it back. So it's so easy to get yourself in a mess and change things and try and fix things and fix the wrong things until at one point you just want to give up and cry. Back in the day, programming on Commodore 64, that was very easy to do. It was an absolute nightmare going back and changing code, saving it to your tape drive and reloading it again. Oh my god, we've got it so easy nowadays. So so we can look back and we can see all the changes we made. Important to add, notes about what you did, so you can see what was done on that day. Maybe we introduced some big bug. We can go back and find out. Oh yeah, I changed my game object, and this is what broke it. Green is what we've changed to. Red means it's gone. So we change this line to this line. And if it's pure green, then often it means we just added a load of new stuff. So there you go. That's a whole load of new stuff in the exit scene. So this is where we created the exit scene at this point. And you can see it's called the exit update. Exits are now objects. So there you go. That is, this is GitHub Desktop, which is a fantastic tool. GitHub Desktop. There it is. It's free. And of course, GitHub. That's where you want to set up your account. And again, it can be free for everything. But if you use it a lot, like I do, then I've got a team account. We've got a few people utilizing the same thing. Oh, I like these pictures. Case studies. The site's really nice. Beautiful. There are free versions. Like you could install Subversion control on your computer and just do it locally. But there's nothing better than pushing it into the cloud. It's a backup of your code as well. You can push objects, files, assets, all sorts of stuff. Although you run out of space quick if you do that. I've only got 2 gigabytes of space, so you've seen that I am pushing audio. Probably not a great idea. And at some point, I'll go into my repository and strip out all that audio if I can. Wonder how easy that is to do. Never even thought about that. We need to stop doing that. And if you want to not commit stuff to your repository, then what you need to do is you need to ignore certain folders. So I could ignore this folder. Can I do it from here? No, doesn't look like it, but in GitHub, we can add and ignore. Where do we do it? You know what? I usually do this at the beginning. I'm not sure how you do it once you've started, but you can click on the folder and add and ignore. Anyway, I'll work that out in another session. It has been a marathon session. It's now 11:30. I've been getting the time code wrong every day. It's 9 p.m. BST, British summertime. Add it in your calendar. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you all tomorrow. Thanks again, guys. Have a good night.